Hustling was in my blood. Nobody can do jewelry. It's the art you have to learn.
Okay.
I had high-end clients, NFL players. We did about 2.3 million.
And that's just what they caught you with.
I met a young lady. I got introduced to the approval game when I was about 18.
What's the approval game?
We just call it the approval game. So basically everything get approved.
Right.
But listen, kids, don't try this at home.
Right.
Absolutely no. It's always consequences, repercussions behind your actions. Don't think you smarter than the program.
It always works for a little bit.
Yeah, for a little bit.
Just enough to you to get a taste of it and think, yeah, this is the way to go.
Yep.
It's always funny too, because when you eventually get caught, you think, oh, they caught me for, they got me for $500, and then 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 the prosecutor steps in front of the judge, or you get your indictment and it's millions. You're like, what?
Absolutely.
So what did she say? Who was this girl? Like, how did you meet this person?
I met her through a mutual friend. We call her Smooch. She's an OG. She took me under her wing, taught me the game. Eventually, I branched off and
What'd she
did
say?
my own thing. She asked me, did I want to go make some money in 5 minutes? I said, sure. And she gave me the credit card and ID.
She sent you in as like a crash test dummy, or did she tell you what was going to happen?
I mean, she gave me all the ropes. Like, you go in here, ask for a cash advance. Your card is going to decline, and instead of contacting the bank, you go contact me. That's all she said.
Okay. So how did it work?
I went in inside the candy store.
This is a real candy store, or does that mean something else?
No, that's what I call it.
Oh, okay.
Went inside the candy store, asked for a cash advance for $8,500. My card declined.
Is this a bank?
Yeah.
Okay.
My card declined. I contact her. She got on the phone with the teller.
So you call her?
I call her.
Oh,
off the bank phone though. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So you're what? You like hold your card, act like you're call, because it used to be people. They don't know. This is not how it works now. Used to be. Remember, they had a phone number. On the card.
They do.
No, they still have them now.
Yeah, cars still have phone numbers.
Are you serious?
Yeah, 1-800 numbers. But see, we had the guy who made the cards.
There's a 1-800.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a 925.
So would her number be printed on the card?
Oh no, there's 1-800.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, her number would be printed on the card.
Oh really?
Yeah, we had the guy who embossed the cards.
Now it makes sense. Because when you told the story when I watched the interview with you, that was never really specified that I thought.
No, shout out to Chris. He didn't go into detail.
I feel like he smoked a lot of pot before that
He's
interview.
a church man. You don't even smoke marijuana, Matthew.
He was, well, maybe he's the spirit of the Lord. So I like that now. Like the whole time, I was like, I don't understand. Like, who are they calling? Like, they call? Does she call them?
But we still have to make it look like we looking at the back of our car down in that 1-800 number because it's eyes in the sky.
Right.
They can see everything.
So you call or they call.
I call.
And you pick it up and she says,
Thank you for calling Visa Emergency Services. This is Sarah. Can I get your account number, please? Expiration date, name as it appears exactly on the card.
Deadpan. She doesn't break it all. How's it going? No. Nothing.
No, of course not.
Is she there?
No, the bank's line's probably tapped. Like they probably can hear. You don't know if they listening or not, So, I give her all my information. She has to speak with the teller. Teller go on the phone. She go, this is Nancy with Visa Merchant Services. Can I get your Visa merchant number? The merchant number on Saturday terminal. It's a 16-digit number that only the bank know.
Right.
She already know what bank I'm in. So she on the phone to tell her, and she like, hey Nancy, this is. Once she give her the merchant number, she go, okay, I see that you were at a Bank of America on such and such street.
Right. And she's like,
and the teller like, yeah,
we are.
Yes. How
must have come up in the system.
Right. No, serious. That's what they really would say. And then she asks her for all information, asks her, does the name that appears on the ID, is that the name that's on the credit card? Customer appears on the ID, is that the customer standing in front of you? For security purposes, can you verify last 4 digits of her social?
Right. Amount
of purchase, she's doing a cash advance for $8,500. She go, okay, can I place you on a brief hold while I verify funds in Miss Bank's account? Get back on the line. I'm showing that funds are available in her account. Here's the authorization code. Give her the authorization code. And if she need assistance to put the transaction through her terminal, she assists her.
So she's obviously had this. This is obviously she's had this job. I mean, she must have had this job at
So
some
no,
point.
she
Or
didn't have
she
the
taught
job. Somebody else had the job before and
Right.
taught her the game.
Okay. And so it goes through perfectly smooth when you're in the just like that. That's exactly what happens, and they cut you a check.
No, they don't cut you a check. They give you cash.
Oh, what am I thinking?
Yes.
What am I thinking?
No, back then, guess what they had? The old school knuckle buster, the carbon copy. Zoo.
When was this?
This was back in the 90s.
How old are you? I'm just joking.
You know I'm not about to say that.
So
26.
yeah. So wow. So okay. And they just count out the cash and let you
Yeah.
walk right out from a
Give
phone
you a
conversation.
receipt from a phone conversation.
So does she get like an authorization?
She gave them
number?
authorization code.
That was the first time you did it. And that was when you did it with
Her.
With
The
her.
smooch, yeah.
So how long do you and how much of the
Half.
you got
Straight
half?
down the middle.
That's not bad.
No, she played fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, she played fair.
So how long did you do that?
I think I did it with her for about a year, I want to say.
And what did you kind of just get the feel for it? Or
Yeah, I learned it myself. She used to say that she was getting the authorization codes from somebody who worked, one of her friends who worked at a check cashing place.
But she was just making them up.
She was just making them up.
She didn't want you to feel like you could go off.
Yeah. She needed me then.
So how often are you doing it? Is this like a daily occurrence?
Oh
Okay,
yeah, this
once
like
a
daily.
week, or?
No, this like daily. We going to hit 5 banks in a day. They used to call me the bold and the beauty. I was the first. Like she had a crew, but I was
Right.
the first person to get out there. I'm like, I'm going in first. Like soon as she pull up, I was hopping out first.
How many are you doing a day? I'm thinking if you're doing one a day, you're making $4,000 a day. You're saying
I was doing at least 3 a day.
okay, so you're making like at least $12,000-$15,000 a day. And how many days a week?
Shoot, if we can go 5 days a week, we'll go 5 days a week. Monday through Friday.
That's $200,000. So,
She was, just imagine her though. She was making more than we was. She had a crew.
Right,
It
'cause
was
she's
like
got
3
multiple.
of us
and you did that with her for a year.
for about a year, I believe.
Okay.
So yeah.
So that's several $million. What are you doing with that money?
Wasting it, Matthew.
I
Just
know, the look on that.
partying, wasting it. Like I was so young. Like as quick as it was coming, as quick as it was going. Like buying cars, buying jewelry. Like
Right.
I wasn't even thinking about investments then.
Just like
reckless.
Looking back, you just think,
Yeah,
fucking
taking
idiot.
care,
Yeah.
taking care of my dude who I was with. Like just dumb.
Why do you break off from her? Did she get arrested?
So it was an incident that occurred where she left me in Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio.
You into an argument? She said, "Fuck you."
No,
and
I
just
got
left?
caught inside the candy store and she drove off and left.
Would you want to go in with the guns blazing?
You don't drive off and leave your person. No.
When the cops pull up, like, oh hell no, I'll bond you out. Like,
She didn't even bomb me out though.
no.
No. She didn't bomb me out.
She said, "Oh, you're just hit."
Yeah, I was just hit.
Oh, that's not
Yeah.
cool. No, I
So
get
we
that.
kind of fell out, but we cool now to this day. But yeah, we fell out.
So what happened when you get arrested? Mm-hmm. Well, why did you get arrested? Were they just onto it and you went to the wrong bank? Like
No,
sometimes-
I went to the wrong bank. We was in like Hyde Park in Cleveland, Ohio. I don't even know if it's Cleveland, Ohio. I know it was Hyde Park. That's like a real rich area. Police station was right around the corner. We usually don't go inside grocery stores. We went inside a grocery store and a grocery store was glassed up. Like that's a no given. We don't do glassed up banks, but we's been greedy. They called the police. They let the transaction go through, called the police. I'm leaving out the grocery store door. I mean the grocery store, and the police coming in. They telling the police like that's her right there. I started running, and I had this
That
Louis
looks
Vuitton
suspicious.
bag, right? And the Louis Vuitton bag, it was like like you just snap it.
Yeah.
The money fell out. A good Samaritan turned into money. Anyway,
You must have been in a
ended
nice
up.
neighborhood.
I was. Anyway, I ended up paying the judge, and the case got dismissed. Like it wasn't no case.
How does that happen?
I don't know. Cincinnati, Ohio, back then, baby, we paid the judge and the case was no longer.
What?
I just have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So are you guys, you said there's a crew. So you guys just in a car driving around the country. Okay, we're going to Ohio.
Flying. We fly.
Flying.
We pick a state. We'll literally get the map, pick a state on the map and say, okay, I'm going to this state. This is the state we going to.
And we'll be there all week.
Be there all week.
Do you immediately jump into just doing it yourself?
Yeah, immediately my girlfriend called me. She's like, Smooch, I wish you know how to do the phones. I said, I do. And it was on after that.
And you sent her in?
I sent her in. And when I tell you she was a go-getter, She was a go-getter.
So what was the first one? It went smooth?
It went smooth. She never got turned down either, and she was ghetto. She ghetto. Like, she one of those ghetto fabulous. I love her to death. She a cool girl. That's my girl. But yeah, she ghetto fabulous. She never got turned down.
So how'd you figure out that the authorization codes were just made up?
I don't know how I figured that out. That's a good question. I don't know how I figured that out.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a crash test dummy. If I don't know, I think this is what's going
Yeah.
on. Fuck it, let's try it.
Let's try it. I think
With
that's
you
what I
going in the
did.
bank.
Yeah, with her going in the bank. Or no, maybe she told me, she was like, man, Smooch. She's like, Smooch be making them numbers up. Yeah.
And is there anything that would raise red flags when you're doing that first year? Like, okay, I have to find this type of bank. I have to make sure this happens. Like, is there anything that would cause people to get caught doing it when you guys were doing it? Like you just said, your friend.
So
like
you have to go in there knowing that you have to go in there with confidence, knowing that this is your credit card, this is your ID, and you about to come out here with your $8,500.
Right.
You have to go in there with confidence. Like, like, I'm coming out with my money.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have to have confidence and know that this is yours. Like, I'm coming out with this money.
I just did a keynote speech, like a Zoom call. Like I'll do it for banks and stuff. And that was one thing that they were asking. They were like, would you ever run? I was like, absolutely not. I want to talk to the manager.
Yeah.
What's going on? What
It had been times like that.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Like my car declined. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, like this
Right.
is absurd.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we'll
and
call
they'll
the
be like,
police.
calm
Call the
down.
police.
They'll be like, calm down, ma'am. Your card declined because of security purposes. Oh, sure, yeah. Go ahead and we're gonna let you use our phone and contact our bank. Bingo. The object of the game is to get to the phone.
Right.
If you don't get to if you can't get to the phone, you know it's a no go.
Yeah.
The object of the game is to get to the phone.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll let us use our own cell phone.
Oh, that's nuts.
Yeah. Back then they'll let us use our own cell phone.
It's funny when I would go in and get go into the DMV and get a driver's license issued to me. People were like, "Well, how do you know they're going to give it to you?" I'm like, "Because if they think something's wrong, they're going to be like they're going to say we'll be in contact with you. Like they're not going to let you. They're not going to take the picture.
Right.
They're not getting that far.
Right.
They're going to send you away." Or I said, "They got a cop right there. Like you're going to know right away." So
Yeah. You're gonna know if something's not right. You can tell. You can feel it in your gut.
well, and running is a surefire way to
Yeah.
get fucked. Like they're definitely going to grab you now. Like if you're like, or you do the whole, I got to get something out of my car. They're like, yeah, all right. Where's Jimmy? Jimmy.
Yeah.
So, how long did you do it by yourself?
I'd say about a year and a half. And then the bank started getting hot. And I started doing a jury game. The juries started doing solitary stones.
Did any of your people ever get arrested, or you were just doing it with the one friend?
So yeah, one of my people did get arrested, and then the cops came and raided my house. Like
Were
Vallejo,
you going to breeze over that? Were you going to not mention that?
Vallejo PD came and raided my house, and then I ended up getting probation for it. Because
Well,
what happened was
what happened?
She didn't get caught in the bank. She got away with the money, and then the bank called back that 1-800 number, and the 1-800 number transferred back to my home. I had it transferred to my home because I was at home doing the AP4, and I think because I was pregnant. I was at home, but the number transferred. They realized the number was transferred back to my house, and the Vallejo PD came in there. I had got an attorney. The attorney was like, "Yes, you do have a warrant."
Were you home?
I wasn't home at the time.
So what'd they do? They just broke in the door?
Yeah,
or?
they just the people on the front desk of the apartment let them in.
Okay.
And because they had a warrant.
They find anything?
No, they didn't find nothing. So they end up, my attorney ended up telling me I had a warrant. So I turned myself in, and I ended up getting just probation for it. I was on probation for that.
Well, it was just the one time, or did they say, oh, this is connected to a whole slew of?
No, it was just the one time.
Oh, man, you got lucky. They could have. We've had this happen.
They couldn't figure it out, though. They was just like, we know, she dialed the 1-800 number. They couldn't figure it out, but we know it went back, and they traced it back to my address. They was like, oh, yeah, something. They still couldn't figure out what it was.
They knew something was going on.
But they knew it was something.
And they were saying, just take a plea.
Yep.
And you don't want them looking into this.
Yep. That's what my attorney was saying. Just take a plea. You don't want them looking into this. So yeah, they gave me federal felony. Just felony.
What was federal?
No, it wasn't federal.
Okay.
Just felony probation.
Okay.
San Joaquin County. San Joaquin County, well, not San Joaquin County. It was Martinez. Forgot what county.
Where
Solano County. Solano County. Like Solano was like Martinez / Vacaville, Vallejo.
I don't know what any of
Yeah,
that means.
they don't play.
Okay.
Just don't play.
It's like Polk County here.
Yeah, probably
They're
so.
desperately trying to fucking arrest somebody for
Yeah.
something.
So what's the numbers like on year 2 when you're the main person? Are the numbers better? The money better?
Oh, the
or-
money was way better. I had about a crew of 4.
Driving around in a van.
We pick a state on the map. I told you and fly out.
Well, I know you fly out, but you still got to get from one
We
place
gotta
to
rent a car.
another.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll rent a car.
And are you paying for everything, or everybody pays their own accommodations?
No, they pay their own accommodation. I pay for their flights.
Zach would pay
But
for
we had the
everything.
hookup though.
But he got hit you for 2/3.
Yeah. See, I went straight down the middle too.
Very generous.
I just don't believe in that. Like, I believe in good business. I'm just saying.
I doubt that I disagree. I think the banks would disagree that this is good business. So all right, so you're saying the banks got hot, you got raided, you said, "Oh, I'm not going to do this anymore."
I said I'm gonna slow down with the candy stores.
Right.
Yeah.
And then what happened? What'd you do then?
I went to New York and hit up Jacob. That was the first place I went to see if the diamond thing worked. And,
Well, I don't know what the diamond thing is.
you remember when Jacob Watches was in?
Jacob watches.
Remember the Jacob Watches, the different color Jacob Watches, and it had Jacob in there?
Yeah,
You ever heard of Jacob the jeweler?
I've heard of Jacobson's, or is it Jacob?
Jacob the jeweler, the one who got caught with Meech and him. Remember the jeweler?
Listen, I know you look at me and you think I'm hip, but I'm just a square white kid that grew up in the suburbs.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's good to be a square white guy that grew up in the suburbs.
I don't know any of them.
Yeah, but Jacob was a big time. He still is big time.
Right.
He make fancy watches for all the rappers and celebrities.
And so you decided,
To hit Jacob.
Well-
My little places they wanted a Jacob watch, so we went to Jacob.
so I mean, is this a robbery or
No,
what
it's
what
the
is
same
it?
thing. You go in there and you purchase. You say I want to buy 3 Jacob watches.
Right.
Come to about 80,000. She take my credit card. My credit card declined. I contact the co-conspirator on the other line. She put the same thing straight through. Asked her the same questions.
Did you go in the first time as you? You went in or she go in?
No, I went in. Nobody couldn't do jury. Like, jury is not easy.
No, it's like electronics, right?
You
Like
have to
this.
learn. It's like an art. You have to learn. You have to really study jury to know what's good, what's VVS, IF, G
Well, I'm
in
thinking,
color,
I don't
F
know why
in
that
color.
would mean so much since it's free.
No, that means a lot because you have to know your stuff, Matthew, when you go inside these stores. You have to know. You can't go inside a jewelry store and say, "Oh, I just want to get a Rolex watch." Oh, well, do you know anything
I
about
did
a Rolex
it. That's
watch?
how I did. I don't know anything.
Yeah.
I bought like 3 Rolex watches. I didn't know
And
anything.
you didn't
They
go
were
in there
like,
and say, "I want to get an Oyster Perpetual Day Date Presidential Rollie."
I
You just
wanted
went in
the
there and said-
I wanted the silver one, and then the next one I wanted was what is it?
A yacht master.
No,
Oh,
Submariner.
Okay,
You know, I
those
got-
are nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like 8,500.
And you knew though.
but I knew because a buddy of mine knew. But I don't know
okay.
anything about it. Like, oh, did you want the such and such? Like, I want that one.
Yeah, you got to know it. It's us coming in there. We
Yeah.
black. We
Yeah.
have to go in there and know our stuff.
Well, and you're not buying an 8,500. And keep in mind too,
No.
this is I think that Rolexes are obviously standardized, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's good. It's a Rolex. It's a Rolex dealership. I don't have to know anything about
Right.
whether it's a
They looking at us
2-carat
upside our
diamond.
head like, you got Rolex money? You got to go in there and know your stuff. Oh, this is what I want. I want a presidential Rollie, Day Oyster Perpetual, 2-tone, or I want platinum. I love jewelry.
Like,
I got an eye for
just-
jewelry.
So
You can't-
you go in there and you get the watches
Yeah, we go in there and we got the Jacobs.
declined.
Transaction decline. Contacted my person. She do the spiel.
And they just pack it up and
They
say,
just
"Thank
pack it
you
up.
so much
Thank you
for-"
so much for coming. Come again. Then we go down the street to Aviani.
I always say there's no better feeling in the world to walk into the bank, hand them a bunch of fake documents,
Yeah,
And
but
then-
kids, don't try this at home.
and then have
don't
them-
listen to Matthew.
have them hand you a check for $200,000 and thank you for ripping them off. Like you walk out of there like,
Yeah.
nice.
It was like a thrill. It's like a adrenaline rush. Like, damn, I just got away with purchasing $80,000 worth of jewelry. My first time.
What are you doing with the jewelry?
I'll sell it.
Okay.
I had high-end clients, NFL players.
So are you selling it for? They're taking a discount?
Yeah. Also, say for instance, I had like a solitary stone for 40. I'll take 35 for it.
Okay. Should have gone to you for my wife's diamond ring.
You know, this was in the 90s, Matthew. You better get her a lab diamond. It's just as good as diamond. She wouldn't take a lab diamond.
What's a lab diamond? That's like a cubic zirconium.
I tried
That is not a cubic zirconium. Let's clarify that.
What's a lab?
A lab diamond is made in the lab, and it's just as good as a diamond. It costs just as much, but probably a couple of grand less.
She would have taken a diamond out of a bubblegum machine.
Exactly,
She didn't
because
care.
it's in her heart. That's
Yeah,
right.
she could care less.
And that's what type of woman you want. That's the type of man I want too.
Is he sitting in the car? See the guy in the car? No, okay. He's so something obviously happened before we got here.
Yeah.
He won't even come out of the car. He's sitting in the car like this. I ain't going in. All right. So what else? So what happened then? You how many of these are you hitting?
Jewelry stores?
Yeah.
It depends on how I feel. Jewelry stores is different. Like it took a lot. It took hours. Like you had to sit in there, get the magnifying glass. Oh, this is a VVS. This is GN color. I see the occlusions in here. You have to. It's the art of diamonds. You have to study them. You can't. The jewelry store wasn't quick fast.
Because
I'm in a jewelry store for at least an hour.
You want them to know. Are you
That I
setting
know
up
my stuff.
It's confidence. She knows what she's doing. She's not. If it was some guy who walked in and just, hey, yeah, put in my
Yeah,
credit
they're
card.
gonna be looking like,
they're gonna be
yeah, something's not right about these people.
Yeah,
We went to
wouldn't have
Tiffany, Bradley Banks and Brittle.
been-
We used to get Breitling watch. You remember Breitling watch?
Yeah.
Yeah, we used
So
to get.
what? You're flying into New York, hanging out there for
They had a
a
Diamond
week?
District.
Yeah, I know. You hang out there for a week.
More than a week sometimes with Diamond District.
Aren't you worried? Because at some point, guess what? Those
Yeah, it
those
takes
guys
about
aren't
7
getting-
days to come back.
before they start to realize.
Yeah.
I don't think these people are going to wire us any money.
I don't think the bank is going to, yeah. But so it is, if they get a copy of, if they file an insurance claim, they get a copy of our ID and the credit card, they'll get their money back. But if they didn't, they not getting their money back. They just out of 80 grand.
Whose IDs? How are you getting your IDs?
We get them made by the Mexican.
Okay, the Mexican.
Make up any name. Prepaid cards. We go get the prepaid cards from like Walgreens and stuff.
Did you always use the same guy?
Yeah,
Okay, I don't know.
he was on deck.
Because there's lots of websites that'll make stuff.
No, this was back in the 90s when you can just go East 14th and get the Mexican guy to make your ID in like 5 seconds,
Not
3
everybody
hours.
Not everybody knows the Mexican guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out on a wing. Go out on a wing here, and I'm gonna tell you right now. I feel very confident. Colby doesn't know a Mexican guy. I bet you Colby's never even been on a website to look for an ID. Never.
I'm surprised they have them on the website. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what? My kid, when he got one, I said, he's like, Mom, I got it off the website. I'm like, dude, like, you about to be 21. You don't need a fake ID. He told me, I wanted to go to the club.
He's lucky he got it at all. Like you
Right.
usually buy 3 of them before you get
A
one that
good
actually
one,
shows up,
right.
or one even shows up.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
they're typically Russians.
Yeah.
They're like
Take
sucker.
your money. Yeah.
So you're getting the jewelry. How long does that last? Does anybody ever get busted doing that?
The jury?
Yeah,
Well,
or
I
is
got
it
busted.
just you?
I got busted.
Are other people doing it? You said you had a
But they
crew.
was getting. It was another crew that was getting jewelry, but they was getting clusters. I was getting solitary stones, real
Okay.
diamonds,
Right.
VVS, GIA certified with my paperwork.
Right. So
I'm just,
you got angry.
I'm just
asking. So so did you eventually you get caught, or were there close calls? Like do they ever
So let me tell you. So we were on our way to meet a client. We had just left Boston, Massachusetts. I did a legal U-turn. You remember I'm on probation for that
right.
situation that happened. So I got a 3-way search clause. So they searched the vehicle. We had all the diamonds, the receipts, everything in a car from Boston. Get pulled over. They go through the car, search the cars. Me and my play sister in the car. They start calling Boston back. We well away from Boston.
Right.
End up arresting us for all that when they found out everything was illegal. We end up going to North County.
Who's we?
Me and my play sister. She used to come with me everywhere. This was at the end was a person who turned state on me. So we used to go. We end up getting arrested, going down to North County. She ended up getting a bond. I didn't get a bond because I had a probation hold. So
All right.
I had to wait until Boston, Massachusetts they extradited us back to Boston, Massachusetts.
Okay.
She ended up getting out.
How long did you have to wait?
90 days.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And so you get moved back.
I get moved back to Boston, Massachusetts. I'm fighting a case. I eventually get a paid attorney.
You're still not getting bond, right? Or do you get bond?
We get bond. My bond was $20,000 cash. Hers was $10,000. No 10%. You literally take the $20,000 over to the magistrate, and you get bond. You fill out the paperwork and you get bonded out. But I was in there for about a week.
Okay.
In Boston, Massachusetts.
Get an attorney.
I get a paid attorney. They have us blasted all over the Boston Globe. Thieves with taste take a bite out of hub. That's what the headline said.
What did it say?
Thieves with taste take a bite out of hub. Because the area was called Newberry Street, but it was like real, like they had Hermes, Chanel. It was real high end.
Right. So how much were all the diamonds?
Everything came up to we did 2 days, $120,000 shopping spree in 2 days.
And that's just what they caught you with.
Yeah.
So, okay. So what's your lawyer saying?
I don't remember. It was so long ago. He was a good attorney. But he was like, this is the wrong state to come do crime when we didn't get caught though. I was being self-centered, thinking I was above the law, thinking I was never going to get caught.
Right.
Did a legal U-turn. And that's how we got pulled over with all the stuff in. That was my first time meeting that client, so I wanted him to know that everything was legit. Like, here go all the paperwork, here go the single solitary stone. So that's why usually I don't ride around like that.
Well, what are they coming to you and offering you? And what's the lawyer saying? What's the district attorney saying?
Eventually, I found out that the feds had picked up that was basically watching me.
It's not good.
No,
it's not good.
So they end up non-processing the case, and the feds pick it up.
So how did the feds get on to you? Like, why were they watching? Did you ever find that out?
No, I've never found that out. But you know what? I told you, I didn't tell you, but my good friend, her dad was a federal agent.
Okay.
And when we got pulled over for that illegal U-turn, I asked her, it was a paper I had, and I asked her, what was this number? I said, ask your father, what's this number? He said, that's a federal number. Mm-hmm. So that's how I found out the feds was on me.
All right. So the feds pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
You get...
I'm out fighting my case.
Well, I mean, if the feds pick it up, not for long.
Not for long. I ended up being greedy going back.
Going back what?
To hit another lick.
How much money do you have that you can't kick back and act like you're a soccer mom?
I was taking care of everybody, Matthew. Like, I'm just the type of friend that we all go shine, not just one of us. So if a person don't have it, I pick up the slack, paying rent, paying for plastic surgery. Mm-hmm. Just taking care of everybody.
Yeah.
Splurging, we traveling, trips, everything was on me.
Yeah, I paid for some boob jobs, but that wasn't. Those weren't friends. So you're fighting the case,
and I'm fighting the case for Boston, and then I go on another run.
Right. And what happens?
Get caught red-handed in the act in Virginia.
Is this another diamond one?
Yes.
Okay.
I get 2 Oyster Perpetual day dates, Rolex watches for $120. The judge was pissed. He was like, his name was Robert Dumar. He passed away. Wish you can see me now, Mr. Dumar. But he was like, I should have been in Hollywood. I should have been an actor. Like, how could a young lady at your age get away with $120,000 Rolex watches? But
did you tell him that's nothing?
That's nothing. No, I didn't tell him that. But yeah,
Your Honor. That's just what they got me with.
He said 84 months. I said, what? I went back to the bullpen. The guy was like, "Ma, how much time you got?" I said, "Man, they gave me 84 months." He said, "Damn, who you kill?" And I started thinking. I started doing the calculations. I'm like, "Dang, this judge gave me 7 years."
Yeah.
7 years.
How much time did
I did the whole 7 years. I lost all my good time.
Really?
Yeah, because people was trying to play me.
You were a bad
in there.
inmate.
I was bad in there. My mom was bringing me contraband. She was bringing me MAC lip gloss, pills, anything I could sell because my restitution was so high.
So what? So what happened with you said the friend you got arrested with? She was. You said
she was so mad at me.
Well,
she was pissed. Like, you knew what you was signing up for. She's my place sitter. She went everywhere with me. She was like the lookout.
Right.
She's a pretty girl. She's still pretty to this day. She's a really pretty girl, nice body. Everybody used to ask her, like, "What do you do for?" "Oh, I'm just her sister. I'm just her sister. And she just spoiled me." She was my lookout.
Right.
She knew what she was getting herself into.
Right.
So she was pissed. She didn't go on this last run with me.
But you said she cooperated in the other case?
At the end.
Oh, okay.
When I caught my federal case, it had CIA 1 and CIA 2 in my indictment.
Doesn't mean it's her.
Who else is gonna be? Matthew.
I love it. They act like they're fooling you. We're like CIA or confidential informant.
One.
C1 drove up with
Yep.
with Mr. Cox. C1 has known Mr. Cox since high school. It's like
they break it all down for you in layman's terms. Like, exactly. But yeah, my girlfriend, her dad was a federal agent at the time.
Right.
So yeah, she used to be behind the phones too. I taught her the phones too, but.
So what did she end up getting?
Nothing. Nobody got anything, Matthew. I'm the only one that went down like the Titanic.
Well, and I remember the other interview with what was his name? The
Trapped Anonymous.
Is that the guy that talks slow? Sorry. He does. He was like, "So tell me, what happened with?"
He just real laid back. You know, he do harsh crimes. Like, he do harsh stories. Like, I asked him, like, how do you sleep at night doing stories like this?
Do you ever wonder why it's so hard to sleep when you're stressed? Turns out there's a feedback between sleep and cortisol. The less sleep you get, the more cortisol your body produces. And the more cortisol you have, the harder it is to fall asleep or stay asleep. Most people aren't pulling all-nighters. They're just chronically underslept, which means they're walking around with mid to high levels of cortisol all the time. And that spills into the night, resulting in light sleep, a restless mind, and waking up wired at 2 a.m. It's not just a sleep issue, it's a stress physiology issue. That's why I use Evening Being by Verso. With clinically studied, patented ingredients, together they not only help you feel calmer and improve mood, but also promote deep, restorative sleep. So you can finally stop walking through life in a constant state of stress and high cortisol and start feeling like yourself again. Check out this 5-star review. I heard about this on a podcast and I'm glad I tried it. It calms my mind and I feel less stressed, so I fall asleep faster. If I do wake up in the middle of the night, my mind doesn't race and I can go back to sleep quickly. I notice the difference when I wake up in the morning. I feel refreshed and energized. Click the link in the description box or head over to Verso, that's ver.so, and use the coupon code COX to save 15% on your first order.
So when you did the interview with him, you mentioned you got totally ripped off. Like, people came into your house.
Yeah, the same girls.
Yeah.
Came in my house, robbed me blind. That wasn't the first time I got robbed. I done been robbed 4 times. One time we were at a gas station and I was sitting I had a brand new BMW and we pulled in a park. It was me and I was about to say her name. You got to be careful because, yeah. Vlad said the other people's name on his show. I'm like, dude, you can't be. He's like, I said it. I said, yeah, that's true. But anyway, we pulled in a park and the guy was like, you have white smoke coming from your BMW. So to this day, I don't pull into no parks. I back in parks. He was like, you have white smoke coming from your BMW. So we meet some guy to sell him a Rolex. I mean, a Breitling watch. The watch was probably like $40K. So we got out the car, us green beans. We got out the car. He like, put your hands up.
Can't believe y'all got out of the car.
Right.
Right.
Give us everything. Gave him everything. He took everything. He didn't take the truck, but he took everything. Our purses, the watch, all that.
You got robbed a couple more times?
Yeah, I got robbed. Somebody broke in my house. They think I don't know who it was, but I know who it was. They was looking for the diamonds that got when I got arrested from Boston, Massachusetts. They was looking for those diamonds.
Okay.
Then another incident happened. Person think I don't know. Like I'm still cool with one of two of the people. Yeah, I'm still cool with them to this day. But I definitely know it was them. Like, you know. But yeah, that's why I choose. I'm cool with people. I'm cool with them, but I just don't trust. Like trust comes slim.
Mm-hmm. There's a guy who worked with a task force, right? I grew up with him, know him, everything. And I don't have a problem. Like, I don't have a problem with him. Like, he cooperated because I've been arrested a few times. But, like, I've had, he cooperated. And this isn't Eric. Eric also cooperated. But we've never talked about it. We've gone to dinner. We hang out. And I don't know if they're thinking he doesn't know. But like I got the Freedom of Information Act. We've never had, we've never had and I wouldn't care. And I feel like they wouldn't care,
But it's like, how could you do somebody like that? Like a person who looked out for you, who was there for you. Like, not only did you rob me, but you didn't even look out for my children while I was incarcerated. Like, how do you live with yourself? Like, I done did some fucked up shit. Excuse my French. I done did some messed up stuff too myself. Like, I done did some stuff too, but it's like at the end of the day, like your guilt kick in. Like you can't, you don't live. You can't. You gotta admit your wrongs. Like, I apologize. I'm sorry. Like, I didn't know what I was thinking. Like, I was desperate. Like,
No,
like,
I don't think they think that at all. Because listen,
I got a conscience. My conscience. I don't like to look over my shoulder no more.
On my indictment for this, crime, the one where I went to prison, there's 12 people I think it's 12 people all of them cooperate against me. All of them. So when I got arrested, I cooperated against them, but it's too late.
Yeah.
They've already cooperated against me. There's nothing I can do.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
So, I'm doing everything I can. I'm trying let's wrap this up. Let's get these fuckers. We'll all be in here together.
Like they told you first.
They told me first, and it'd been 3 years, and the economy was collapsing. Right? It's the financial crisis, 2008. So, that started in 2007. So by the time I'm late 2007, I'm getting indicted. The banks are failing all over the place. It's not, people say the 2008 financial crisis because in 2008 is when they bailed them out. But they've been failing for 6 months to a year. So anyway, by the time I get, they've got bigger fish to fry than little Matt Cox and a bunch of his little cohorts, But everybody had always cooperated. The first time I got in trouble,
But why would you try to cooperate on them, Matt? And you was the one that was out there doing the crime.
They don't cooperate against me. They were everybody was committing crimes.
So what you go tit for tat?
Yes. Yeah. No. I'm worried about me. We could spread.
No, if you was worried about you, you wouldn't have been paying that man $500 and $1,000.
They're talking about. He'd already gone and did his time. They're 25. They're trying to do 26 years here. We can get Travis. You can do 4. You can do 4. You can do. Let's spread this around.
You wasn't trying to do that to what he said by yourself.
Hell no. I was ready to cut everybody's fucking throat. I realized. Here's the thing. The first time I got in trouble, you know what my lawyer told me? I paid him $75,000 for him to plead me guilty. You know what he told me though? I gave him $75,000. He said, "Listen,
$75K.
$75K,
and it was a federal.
Federal. So he said, "Listen." He said, somebody had wore a wire on me, and he'd already talked to the prosecutor, right? He already talked. Matter of fact, the person that wore the wire on me, Gretchen Zayas. Shout out to Gretchen Zayas and Pete Zayas.
You see him to this day?
No, I know. I don't ever see them. I've never run into them. But I'd be perfectly polite to them. I'd be nice to them.
Yeah.
But they're the kind of people that they've rebuilt their lives, and I'm sure that
So you forgive them?
Yeah, I have no problem with that. That's fine.
Yeah, I forgive them too.
That's fine.
I don't have a problem with them.
So what happened was, anyway, whatever. I won't get into it because people are going to screaming at me. It's not about you, Cox. I get it. So, but they had wore a wire on me. I got in trouble. I got 3 years. But when I went to my lawyer and I paid him the $75,000 to plead me guilty, he said, "Listen," he had already talked to their lawyer, who let him know, that they've got a wire on your guy. These guys are going to testify. Like, you can't go to trial with this. So he was like, okay. So he said, $75,000. I plead guilty. I'm trying to keep you out of prison, which was such bullshit because there was no dollar loss in that case. So anyway, he said, but here's the thing, Matt. He said, I can get you a pretrial intervention. I go, well, what's that? He said, if you cooperate, he said, from what I understand from the FBI, he said, they think you're running like a mill. They think you're just cranking out fraudulent loans and you got about 10, 12 guys working for you. I go, right. And he said, if you will work with the FBI, he goes, if I was you, I would go get 10 of the most egregious files that your brokers have committed, bring them here. We'll meet with the FBI. I can keep you from even being indicted because I hadn't been indicted yet. It was just a complaint. He goes, I can keep you from even being indicted. He goes, you work with them against those brokers. You don't even have to go. He said,
did he keep you from being indicted?
no, because you know why? I was fucking an idiot. I watched The Godfather and I thought, you don't snitch. And I was
You
like,
don't, Matthew.
stop. So there's no street code. It's over. So I sat there and I went, you know what's so funny is that most of the women that are on the podcast, like they never cooperate. And like Jess, like my wife, she's ready to go to trial. You know, when my wife is 10 days away from trial, they gave her the witness list. And she saw all of her friends' names on there ready to testify against her. And she also noticed, she goes, I always thought it was weird because every time one of my co-conspirators would go off to talk to their lawyer for the day, and then they'd come back, they'd immediately move them. She's like we'd be together for 4 months, and then one day they'd leave for the whole day. They had a court appearance, and then the next day they moved them. Well, that's because they took a plea. Yeah. And they're going to testify against you. So when she finally got that list, she said, she went to her lawyer and said, can I get the deal for 3 years? And he was like, oh, no, they're not going to give that.
That's off the table.
It's 10 days away. They got people lined up. You know what's going on now. Because the whole time she was saying, no, these are my friends. They're not going to testify.
Shit.
So the first time I said, no, I'll take the felony. I didn't have a felony. Take the felony. I'll take the 3 years probation. And he's telling me you're probably going to go to jail. I was never going to go to jail. But even then I was willing to risk going to jail because I wasn't going to testify. The next case I had, those guys were ready to line up. They're actually calling to testify. Then when I took off on the run, they're those 12 people. Some of those are not all of them, because it had been a few years, but probably 7 or 8 of those guys are those same guys who are now calling and going in and testifying. And I knew right then, fuck that. I'll cut everybody's fucking throat. Nobody gives a. And by the way,
they let you cuss on here?
Yeah.
Oh.
And by the way, when I left, everybody went straight into my house, stole all my shit. And this is what bothers me. I mentioned this to Jess the other day. When my ex-wife went by the house to clean out the house, and we were friends, but we still worked together. When she went by to go ahead and just
what was she? What did she do?
Real estate. She owns a bunch of. It's lucrative. If you marry me, it's typically lucrative.
So they an asset.
Huh?
You an asset.
Yeah, I was an asset in that marriage to her. So she went in to clean out my house. She said it was cleaned out practically, except for some of the bigger furniture. And my dog had been there for 3 days. She said, there's poop everywhere. So you came and you stole all my shit, but you left my dog for 3 days?
Poop.
Like you're just like, what? Like just pieces, you know.
They don't care.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm done.
They be jealous in the beginning. My mom used to tell me about them girls. She used to always tell me like they so jealous. Like you don't see it, but them girls jealous of you. I never listened to my mother. I used to think it was just the drugs talking.
Right.
To this day, I always tell my kids, like I'm telling you, I told my oldest son, you listen to me. If you don't do nothing else, listen to your mother.
Well, you have the luxury of experience now, and it's funny too because when you go to prison and you're in that concentrated environment, and like I would always hear people like, "Oh, that person's jealous," and I was like, and then you get to prison and you really see jealous people making up stuff about other people, people working.
I ended up getting transferred from out of Dublin because of that. Jealousy.
So what happened?
Somebody dropped a dime on my mom bringing me contraband. They transferred me to Waseca, Minnesota.
Anything happened to your mom? Mm-mm. They just moved you?
They just moved me.
So your mom's bringing in...
Contraband. Every weekend she was coming to visit me.
So you lost your game time. How much game time did you lose?
I lost all my good time.
But I mean that time. 54 days?
I don't remember. Probably so. Yeah.
I think they can only take 54 days at a time.
Yeah.
But they just keep clipping you and clipping you.
Yeah, because my mom's like, who books you ain't put this money on the phone? Like, that's circumventing the system. I'm like, Mom, like, said to myself, like, she bless her heart, she didn't know. Like
30 days.
Right.
I just lost 30 days.
Yes. Like, they listened to my phone calls. It was terrible. I was in Dublin. It was terrible.
So where'd you go? What different prisons did you go to?
Wasika, Minnesota. It was a men's prison at first, and they turned it to women's. So I was in Dublin. I want to say 2.5 years in Dublin and the rest in Wasika. That was a hard time. I was away in Minnesota, away from my family. My kids didn't come visit me.
I'll tell you this story because I think you'll get this. So when I was locked up in Atlanta City Detention Center, there was this little guy, little black guy. And I mean, he's probably 5'1", but I mean, jacked. Everybody called him Mighty Mouse. Like he's exactly if Mighty Mouse was a black guy. He's a tiny little guy, just jacked up. Nicest guy ever. And so I was in there for fraud. And so we start talking, and I was like, "What are you here for?" He's like, he'd been to prison before a couple times for fraud in federal prison. And he said, okay, what happened was his girlfriend had called his probation officer and said, you need to come to the house right now. He's got 10 cars in the house right now. All of them are stolen. So what happened was, and I was like, what? And he's like, yeah. He's like, I was fucking one of her friends. The friend wanted me to break up with her. I wouldn't do it. So the friend called her. He's like, the whole fucking thing. And he's living in like a $2 million house in Atlanta, 20 years ago? That was a hell of a house. And,
absolutely.
In Buckhead. Like, and this is, he was.
A nice area.
Oh, yeah. So I was like, well, I don't understand. What how'd you get the cars? And so he went back and told me the whole story. And the quick version is that, and he had Mighty Mouse tattooed on him too. Listen, this guy, I would do anything to find this guy. I don't even have to interview him.
Right.
Just to talk to him, because he and I talked for hours. He was super, and he was there on a probation violation. But he said, here's what I've been doing. He's like, and I remember too, he was almost off probation. He was like, I'm fucking only a month away from being off probation or whatever it was. And he had back then used to get in the mail, you would get these convenience checks that were for like a car. Like you've been pre-approved for, purchase up to a $100,000 vehicle, and it was a blank check for an auto loan. So you would get in the mail, and it'd be from various different banks. I really haven't seen these anymore, but they might still do them. So he said, those checks? I was like, yeah, I get them all the time. He's like, right. He said, so I made up, I think he made up a bank, or he was using an existing bank. And he said they redid the whole check. And he would have either his like girlfriend or whoever, somebody he's working with, or he would walk into a dealership, and you'd walk in the dealership, and he would look for a car for a $100,000 Mercedes, and he'd find it, brand new cars. Find it, okay, I like it, yeah. He'd test drive it, come back, and he said, I walk into the finance department, and they'd say, okay, well, we'll get you to fill out the finance, and he's, oh no, I'm already approved. My bank sent me this check thing. I got this in the mail. And this is my bank. And they were like, oh, okay. They go, okay, I got to call the bank. And there's a phone number. They call the bank. His girlfriend would answer the phone,
As the bank.
Yeah, as the bank, whatever, SunTrust, credit union. And same thing, rattle off, whatever line, put them on hold, do this. Who is this? Is this the finance manager? Okay. And go through the whole process. I need the VIN number. I need this, make, model, go through the whole thing. Is my customer in front of you? Yes. Can you put him on the phone? Put him on the phone. Yes. He gives the last 4 digits of his social security number, his date of birth. Is it? Yes. Okay. Here, she wants to talk to you. And she would go through the entire thing, and she would say, okay, the transaction is complete. And she would tell him how much, and the guy would say,
so where are you getting these account numbers from?
It's just a blank check. So here's what they would say. What you can do, they'd say, well, how do we get paid? She'd say, okay. She would give him an authorization code and say, we can either issue you a check, it'll be there within the next, 5 days, or you can actually fill out the check in front of you and deposit it. And they would go, okay. And he goes, I remember he told me, he said, you'd be shocked how many of these people actually filled out the check and deposited it. I go, well, I don't understand what's going on. He's like, I get all the paper. They think it's been approved. They've got an approval number. They've talked to the bank. They've got the check. They got everything. They've got my driver's license. I go, do they? He's like, no, it's a fake driver's license. It's a fake, whatever, some Russian website or something. They make a copy. They give me the keys, everything. I get in the car and I leave. I'm like, okay, but now 10 days later, you're driving a stolen car. He was like, no. He said, what I've done is 3 states away, he's already had somebody go, and it evolved into this. Somebody else had already gone and gotten the VIN number off the identical vehicle. So they would make that VIN number and crack the windshield. And he actually had like the printer, the whole thing, and so on the doors, he would replace it. He'd replace it in the windshield. And they would then take the paperwork, the registration paperwork, and change it on the VIN, or change the VIN, everything. And then they would go register the vehicle. As soon as it got registered, they'd send in that it had been paid off. And the state capitol would issue, I don't know why that was important, but for some reason, that's where they issued it. They would issue a title. So they would issue a title. He goes, so now I got a title of the car. He said, I'm like, yeah, but there's another one. He goes, yeah, but it's 4 states away. It's registered in the other. He said, there's no national at this time. I don't know if there may still not be. I don't know. He goes, there's no national thing, that says where cars are registered. He goes, so now I'm driving around in this Mercedes and I have I have a title that says it's paid off. And then he was selling them to drug dealers. He said, he was like, yeah, I would go. And I was like, why don't you sell? He's like, well, I can't because they're going to issue me cash. They're going to use it, but a drug dealer will pay me $50,000 in cash. And then he had all these stories about the drug dealers would show up with like 25 grand and try and strong arm him. And he finally had to get to a point where he would go to pick up the money with another guy that had a gun and he had a whole thing. He's like, you don't want to deal with drug dealers. He's like, they'll try and try and rob you every time. He's like, especially for 50 grand. He's like, he doesn't look at me. Like, he's like, oh, I'm tiny. I mean, I'm not going to get into a fist fight with the guy. And he's like, and I'm not going to shoot anybody over 50 grand. He's like, I'm making tons of money. And he was doing this nonstop. So,
wow.
Yeah, it was like so I feel like that's similar.
Yeah.
Because, that's why when I heard your story, I was like, wow, I've never met anybody that did that.
Well, with the diamonds is similar. Because I was diamonds, diamonds, I was making like more money. With the banks, I was making money, but the diamond money was different.
Right. See, Zach would be great right now if Zach was not in jail. Who
is Zach?
Zach's a buddy of mine.
Oh, okay.
And he ran a scam he called Wasn't Me, which was and he had crews of people. But the problem is the people that he was dealing with, they're drug addicts.
Yeah.
So he's like, they were good for 2. He's like, maybe 1. As soon as they got the money, he's like, you're giving them 30 grand. He's like, they're gone.
Yeah.
I think he had 1 or 2 few guys that he's like, they were good maybe 4 times. He's like, so what he would do is, and he had somebody who made fake IDs for him. And here's where Zach would get these people. He would go and sit in the courthouse for first appearance. And so they come by, oh, this guy, he's a burglar, this guy, this. And somebody walk in, they go, oh, he's check kiting. He's been arrested 3 times for credit card fraud. And Zach would write his information down and then bond him out and say, hey, I got something for you. And they go, okay. And so he'd send them, he's like, but they're all drug addicts. So the point is that he'd make a fake ID. He'd have that guy go into 3 different banks because you can only open about 3 accounts. But usually what he'd do is everybody had 3 IDs. So you can make 9 accounts. He would then deposit a little bit over $10,000, let's say $10,000 into those bank accounts. And then when they issued the card, the debit card, he would have them clone it, send them the clone, mail it. So they're in, let's say, Ohio, mail it to Florida. He would then go into multiple post offices to the point of sale machine and say, hey, I need 9 $1,000 money orders, and then they go, okay, and they put it in, and he'd swipe the card.
That's probably why the post office don't take credit cards no more.
Oh.
Only debit.
Well, no, it was a debit card.
Oh, okay.
Because it was attached to $10,000.
Oh, so he used the PIN.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he has the PIN. The guy opened the account. So
Right.
boom, he's got it, whatever. Let's say it's however much. Let's say it's 10,000. So he'd call the guy up and say, okay, go into Bank of America. Guy would walk back into Bank of America and he'd say, hey, I need to get out, $1,100 out of my account. And the teller would go, you only have whatever, $900, whatever the amount. And they go, no, I have $10,000. I just deposited like 10 grand the other day, or 9,500, whatever the amount was. And they were like, oh no, it says you just removed $9,000. He'd go, from where? And they'd go, from postal, the U.S. Post Office or whatever in Tampa, Florida. And he'd go, we're in Ohio. Like, what are you talking about? And they go, oh gosh, you need to talk to Sally.
Wow.
The bank manager. Bank manager comes, looks into it and goes, oh my gosh, do you have your debit card? I got it right here. And he'd be like, what's going on? And they'd be like, where's my money? They go, don't worry, we're going to put your money back in the account. And that night they put the money back in the account. The next day he comes in and he's like, I feel weird about this whole thing. I just want my money back. So he takes the money back. So they've got the $9,000 and they give him his original money back because they think he was defrauded.
Right.
So he just made $9 grand. He's doing that, each guy, he's doing that with 9 accounts. That's $81,000. He would give the guys 1/3 because he said 1/3 is just to fly you out there. Of course, it didn't cost anything near that, he said. But, it's a lot of setup, he said. He said they get the 1/3. They get their 30 grand or not even 30, whatever, 20-something thousand dollars. He is, and they disappear because they're drug addicts, and I couldn't get them to come back. Maybe they do another one, and halfway through the next one, and he's renting them cars, renting them hotels, renting them everything. He'd get phone calls from the hotel saying, listen, the 2 people you rented this hotel from, they've got the police here, or they're naked in the parking lot screaming at people like, oh, they can't stay here anymore. You have to find someplace else. But he did that. He was making tons of. So it sounds like a similar type, like when you're McDonaldizing it, right? You're turning it into just like a mill.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you eventually have to take off. That's why I see Zach needs to be here.
When he get out?
Well, it's not looking good.
Oh.
Well, he's gonna plead. I think he's gonna plead guilty. They're dropping almost all the charges, and he's taking like a felony for time served. He's only been locked up like 9 months. So they'll let him out. He'll immediately go to the feds. And when he goes to the feds,
it's federal because it was
no, it was state.
How did it become federal then?
He was already on
Crossing
federal
state
probation.
Oh, okay.
So he has to go the federal violation.
Oh yeah.
His federal judge hates him like
He gonna give him the max.
he said the max he can give me 3 years.
Oh, that's not bad.
He goes, so I'm assuming it's 3 years.
Zach, come on home.
Yeah.
And don't do crime anymore.
Not the first. Let's not.
How old is you, Zach? How old is Zach?
He's 56.
Come on, Zach. Cut it out.
No, he's 50. He's 2. I'm 56. He's 2 years older. He's 50. No, he's 57. He's 57.
No, Zach know better.
Well, not just that. He got out a few months after I got out, and then he was out maybe 9 months and went back to jail, served that sentence, put back on probation, was out another year, back again.
Zach you gotta do better, Zach.
Yeah, you just can't.
Bella said you gotta do better, Zach.
I have to start calling him can't do right.
Can't do right, yeah.
Can't
Mr. Can't do right.
Yeah, you ever meeting those guys in prison? There was always 1 or 2 guys that can't do right. Yeah, but I look back and when I hear like the kind of money that Zach would give people and the kind of money like I would give people, and I'm just like, fuck this guy. Of course, there is the Eric Tamargo, James Red. Listen, you don't know my story. I'm gonna send you a link.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tell you real quick.
Okay.
So I'm making synthetic identities, fake people, right? And I'm buying houses and refinancing them, getting $150,000, $200,000 loans, whatever. So at some point, one of the title companies gets wise and they're like, something's wrong. Like this person, James Red, somebody had obviously told them this person doesn't exist. So, and I'd already done a closing with this title company. And so they call up and they said, listen, you
Mr. Cox, we're not like they say we're not closing another loan unless James Red shows up. Because what I was doing was going and picking up the package and saying I'll bring it to my client, and then they'd sign it.
You was.
Yeah, I would, because I was a mortgage broker.
Oh, okay.
So I'd bring it back to them with a copy of his driver's license, and they'd notarize his stamp and notarize his signature, and then they give me the checks. And I'm selling them the house, or I'm the broker or whatever. I'm the mortgage broker. I'm involved in the transaction. So they give me the check and I leave. Sometimes the checks are broken up into different companies. For whatever reason, they're giving me the checks. Like, they trust me. Well, now they realize, like, somebody has called them and said, James Red doesn't exist. And they've never really seen him. All they have is a copy of a driver's license. So the title person says that unless this guy shows up, we're not cutting any more checks. There's no more closings. So I'm like, fuck. And I went, okay, well, and actually the person that told me was a broker involved in the transaction. She's like, what are you going to do? And she's like, we can go to another title company. I said, no. I said, he's going to have to show up. And they were like, how? I said, well, I got a guy. And here's what I had been doing was I was make the fake IDs, make the copy of it, and I would just go and I would take a mug shot from somebody I actually knew. Stop. Don't judge me.
I'm listening.
And I would glue it onto, and make a copy of it, because they're just getting a copy.
Yeah.
So
Copy and paste.
the name of the guy was Eric Tamargo. Mm-hmm. And so I call up Eric Tamargo and I said, listen, Eric, I need you, can you come by the office? Sure. He comes by, and he would he would do construction jobs for us. He would, whatever. Mm-hmm. He's just kind of a jackleg guy where we needed tree trimmed, he'd trim it, whatever. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So, okay. So we do the whole thing. And he comes in, he's like, yeah, what's up? And I go, okay, listen, man, I got to explain something to him. I explained to him what I've been doing. And he's like, holy shit. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, how much, what kind of money are you making? I was like, well, a lot of that money goes back into the properties. Like, I don't make that much money. We're buying the properties, renting them out. Which is all bullshit. We'll let them go in foreclosure.
Right.
But I don't want to let him know how much money I'm making.
Exactly.
So I tell him, yeah. And he's like, okay. And I said, I need somebody to go in and sign. I tell him this shit.
How much time did you get, Matthew?
Me?
Yeah.
I did 13 years. I got 26 years.
God dang.
So, I was on the run for 3 years. I was on American Greed, Dateline. This was before they had Vlad and podcasts. So what happens, I tell Eric, mm-hmm. I need you to go in and sign. Mm-hmm. And he goes, holy shit. He's like, that's a big favor. I said, I know. And he said, well, wait a minute. He goes, you said they have a photograph, they have a copy of the guy's driver's license, mm-hmm. of James Red's driver's license. Mm-hmm. I said, yeah. He goes, well, they're going to know it's not me. I go,
they think all people look alike.
No. I said, here's the thing, Eric.
You're the person.
I've been using your driver's license photo. I've been using your photograph from when you were arrested for beating up your wife a couple of years ago. Your domestic violence photo. And he goes, motherfucker. He jumps up. He's like, you motherfucker. He's like, I go, whoa. I said, Eric, listen. The only reason is that I knew if it ever came down to this, you were the only person I knew that had the balls to pull this off. And he goes, yeah, you're right. By the way, Eric still texts me. He texted me yesterday. So
what the?
Yeah. This is the worst. It gets worse. It gets much worse.
What?
So he says, well, I'm not doing it for free. I said, no, bro, of course I'm going to pay you. I'll pay
mm-hmm.
you. I said, how much do you want? And I remember thinking, if he asked for more than like 10 or 15 grand, like, I'll just go do it myself. I'd never gone in by myself. Mm-hmm. I'd always sent people. Mm-hmm. I didn't send people. I always just got the packages. Mm-hmm. So I went, how much? And he goes, you're making a lot of money. I said, bro, a lot of that money goes back in the properties. Mm-hmm. And he goes, I want $500. $500? I go, are you serious? I said, Eric, that's $500. It's going to be 5 minutes. You just sign some papers. He's like, you're getting a lot of trouble for this. You understand? We're making like fucking
right, exactly.
That's
like the underplay for the overplay.
So you got to act like it. And I was like, well, you got to do it first. I'm not just giving you $500. No, bro. I know you're good for it. I'll go sign first. And I said, okay, cool. So he goes in. I make a fake ID. He goes in.
So do he know to this day how much money he was making?
Oh, he's seen me tell this story.
What the?
It gets worse. He goes in. What was really funny, that the title company chick, her name was Mary. Mm-hmm. Eric and I are sitting there. He had to,
It was easy to do the signature, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like a J and then a squiggly line and an R and two D's. Like it was so easy. So he's sitting there, and suddenly Mary comes walking out, and she goes, "Mr. Cox, I don't know why you're here." And I said, "Well, for the closing." And she goes, "I told you, unless James Red shows up, I'm not doing it." And I went, and Eric stands up on cue and he goes, "I'm James Red." And she goes, "Hold on a second." She walks off, comes back with a file with the photo and goes, "I'm sorry, Mr. Red. Come on in. Come on in." Dang. Signs, and the checks, when she's cutting it, got all the checks. Again, I would never have it just like one check for $100,000 to me or $150,000. It was always like some money went to this company, these 5 people, this whatever.
Right.
So she pulled out a bunch of little stats. She's like, "Okay, Mr. Cox, here's the checks." And I go, "Oh yeah, I'm good. I'll drop them off to you." "Oh, okay, fine." So she now kind of feels silly. Like, I don't know why I didn't believe this guy exists. It's clearly him. He signs perfect. We leave. We get into the car. And he's like, "Yo, bro," was like, "That's a lot of checks." I go, "Yeah, those aren't my checks, but they're going all over them. You see that? I'm barely making anything."
Right.
He's like, "Okay." So I count out the $500. He's like, "Oh, still, it's a lot of money." And I was like, "Yeah, man, I'll just go to buy more properties." So a week later, we got into the closing. I call him up. "Can you come in?" "Sure." He comes in. "Eric, I got into the closing." He goes, "Yeah, I've been thinking about it, bro. You're making a lot of money on this. There's a lot of people making money." I said, "Okay, well, how much do you want, bro?" And I'm thinking, more than 10 or 15, I'll just do it myself. And he goes, "I want $1,000. I said,
Was he on drugs or something?
He was like on or something. He'd been in jail for marriage. And I'm like, $1,000, Eric, it's 5 minutes. You already was so
Matthew,
easy.
you is wrong. You are so wrong.
And I gave him the $1,000. So Eric got, and he was on federal probation, by the way. He got busted like a year later when I took off on the run. He gets busted for this whole thing. He did like 3 years.
He never told on you?
Of course he told on me. He told on everybody.
Matthew!
But what does it matter? I'm gone. I was on the run. So he goes back.
You was on the run with your family?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I can get another family. I've had plenty of money.
That's how you felt? Absolutely.
Talking about
$500. Oh my God, you such a manipulator.
I know. I feel bad.
Yes, you should feel bad.
I don't. I feel great.
Oh my gosh.
So, listen, that's nothing. I didn't even tell her. Like, wait, listen. We see this story.
I mean, we all have done
story.
bad things, though.
Yeah. You ever survey homeless people to steal their identities?
No.
Yeah, that would be horrible. Let's move on.
What's your sign, Matthew?
Cancer. So, listen, everything you're saying, like you have the same reaction. No, you're not. You're at least laughing about it. And joke. Like my wife just.
I know.
Just
I mean, how could you do that to those guys? Why would you do that? Like those innocent people.
And she did 5 years in the feds for a conspiracy. I met her in the halfway house. Like, really? You knew what you were signing up for.
You right. Yep.
When you got out, what happened when you got out?
So when I got out, I had like dibble and dab. And I was like, yeah, this ain't it. It ain't like, I had dibbled a little. I put my feet in the sand for a second. I was like, this not it. So eventually I ended up getting started doing personal training. From personal training, I got my esthetician license. From my esthetician license, I got my phlebotomy license. And I started doing I had a body, like a med spa. Mm-hmm. Eventually I lost my passion moving to Atlanta. And then I ended up getting my appraisal license. So now I'm into investment. So me and my son, we got I'm real private, but I'm gonna just let you know, Matthew. But we got a nonprofit organization. It's called Ken's Ministry, where we give back. And we're in the process of opening up a wellness retreat where kids will be able to come on. We purchased 30 acres of land. And kids will be able to come to on a retreat and fish.
Is this in Georgia?
Horseback riding, in Georgia. Horseback riding, yoga, a lodge where they can stay over, things of that nature. So I really want to give back to single moms who coming home from prison who didn't have help. So that's what the home is going to be used for.
I'm a big supporter of single moms.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy raising boys, I have 3 of them.
So what happened?
I wrote this book when I was incarcerated.
When you were locked up? Okay.
Yeah, I wrote it in 2010.
Is it like your story?
It's a memoir about my life, yeah. Okay. It's about my story. It's called Recidivism, Beauty Before Bars. Literally break down the layers of who Bella really is and how does she overcome recidivism. So I just hope that me telling my story, if it wasn't for my 21-year-old, I would have never told my story, man. My son was like, Mom, you never know how your story can impact somebody else's life.
When did you go on? What was the first one you went on?
Traveling Anonymous.
How long ago was that?
Chris, April 7th.
Okay.
And then from then, everybody started. I shut down after I went viral from that podcast. I shut down.
Why?
I don't know, Matthew. I don't know, because I'm kind of self-sabotage. I kind of shut down. I was like, yeah, I ain't gonna be able to do this. Like, this is getting too much attention. I don't like all that.
Too many people start reaching out to you.
Too many people start reaching out. Trap Queens reached out. American Gangster. I denied that request. They wanted me bad too.
What about My True Crime Story? Oh no,
That's the same.
Is it Trap Queen?
It's the same.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
They only wanted to give me $2,500 for my story. Like, who go?
But that's just for an appearance.
They wanted my story. I'd rather do God's work, what I'm doing now, and allow God light to shine, because that's what His light is doing. Instead of going and selling my soul for $2,500 and they see the numbers.
I'll take the $2,500. I mean, I did My True Crime Story.
You did?
Yeah.
You took it? You took the 20? What was 20?
No. They.
What was it then?
Was it? I want to say 35 or 5,000, and they paid my wife, and they paid Allison.
I don't know. It's more about an impact. I don't care about the money,
right,
Matthew. It's the impact I'm leaving on somebody else's life. Somebody who's going through trauma, who's scared to tell their story. Don't be afraid to tell your story. You just never know who life you might change. So to me, it's the impact that I'm leaving on somebody else's life. It's not about the money.
I don't understand what you're saying.
I don't care about the money.
Colby?
I don't care about the money. That's what I'm saying. Like, God is go take care of me. He's gonna bless me. So it's not about the money. It's about the impact. I just felt like they portray you to be, I don't know, like, it's not this gangster. Like, no, I'm a mom. At the end of the day, I'm a mom I'm a single parent who did what she had to do to survive, to take care of her children. Hustling was in my blood. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, I still who I am, but forget about all that. Like, what you doing now to impact the world? What you doing, Matthew, to impact the world?
If you sleep hot at night, you know how disruptive that can be. Whether you're having trouble falling asleep, you're waking up sweating in the middle of the night, or all of the above. That's where GhostBed can help. As the makers of the coolest beds in the world, GhostBed is your go-to for cooling mattresses, cooling pillows, and cooling bedding. From their signature Ghost Ice fabric to patented technology that adjusts to your body's temperature, every Ghost Bed mattress is designed with cooling in mind. So whether you want a plusher mattress that cushions your shoulders and hips, or a firm option with exceptional support, your Ghost Bed will keep you cool and comfortable all night long. When you purchase a Ghost Bed mattress, your comfort is guaranteed. You can try out your mattress for 101 nights, risk-free, to make sure it's the right fit for you. Plus, they offer free shipping, and most items are shipped within 24 hours. If you're not sure which Ghost Bed is right for you, check out their mattress quiz. You'll answer a few questions and get a personalized recommendation.
Even better, our listeners will get 10% off for a limited time. Just visit ghostbed.com/Cox and use code Cox at the checkout. That's ghostbed.com/Cox and use code Cox for 10% off site-wide. I gave a homeless guy a bottle of water and a whatever, like a candy bar the other day. I keep them in my car and give them out sometimes.
See, that's what I'm saying. You leaving your mark.
Matt will never give himself credit. I mean, there's a lot of comments that you'll see on these videos saying, "You won't believe, this podcast helps me get through my day.
Exactly.
Like, thank you so much."
No, I do
you understand what I'm saying?
I get here's what's funny. I get tons of comments from people that say, like, you don't understand how much your story has inspired me, and how the one that really fucked me up. Oh man, this bothers me. Okay, hold on.
Oh, you about to cry?
No, I'm not. I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Hold on, I can do it.
Okay.
Was the woman that said she did like 6 weeks? I could be wrong the weeks, but like 6 weeks, like twice a week, where she did chemotherapy.
Wow.
And she said, I listened to your podcast every single time for it's like 4 hours or something, 3 hours. I don't know how long it was. She said, you have no idea of the impact and how you got me through it. Listen, it was so fucked up. It was very upsetting. To me, it bothered me because she was so, it wasn't super long, but it was what she said was like it was just like, holy shit. The idea that this person is taking all of this out. And it's really, here's what's funny. What bothers me about it is that like I got out of prison. I was broke. I put my life back together. I tried to do the right thing, right? Like, and listen, many opportunities where people have come to me. Matter of fact, when I first got out and I was doing the podcast, people were just reaching out saying, look, I'll PayPal you $4,000, $3,000 just to talk to me for 1 hour. I have questions, but they're fraud questions. And
I get them DMs all the time.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, I get them DMs all the time. It's like, are you crazy? Like, did I not just tell you that I just did 7 years in federal prison,
you're
and
gonna
you
get me
telling me
another
you want the
indictment.
game?
Yeah.
Are you dumb?
So listen, I had one time a guy befriended me for 6 months. And I thought, because what happens is with the podcast is like people will reach out to you and they just want to talk to you, ask you some questions about a business that they're doing, whatever. And the guy had a legitimate business. So I was like, all right. So I talked to him. We talked for a little bit. But now he's got my cell number. And so he's texting me. So we kind of start becoming friends, right? We're texting, right? I'm living in someone's spare room. I don't have any friends. So after 6 months, he flies down from New York.
Here.
And meets me at a Starbucks. Like just like a couple days before, he says, listen, man, I'm going to be in Tampa on Tuesday. Because I got a girlfriend that lives down there and I'm going to go see her. And I thought, never mentioned a girlfriend, but okay. He's like, I'd love to, can I take you to Starbucks? Just meet me for Starbucks. I'm like, okay. I go, we do the Starbucks. I go, he buys me some Starbucks, whatever we're drinking, Starbucks. And he says, listen, we've been talking for a while, man. I wanted you to know I'm a real guy. I've been to prison and I already knew that. And this is what happened. And he's like, I never told on nobody. I never nothing. I'm like, okay. He knows my story.
Right.
So not impressing me.
Right.
You did 5 years you didn't have to do.
Right.
So we're talking and he's like, I need to make $500,000. He's like, and if you just train me, if you just tell me how to do and help work with me. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what are you talking? Like, did you just fucking befriend me for 6 months so that you could fly down here because you thought you were going to coax me into, yeah. But so regardless of all that, I'm just saying in general, I get emails, messages. I get, DMs of people like, bro, you have no idea. Like, I got out of prison. I was in the halfway house and a guy started telling me to watch your podcast. I started watching your podcast and I realized, like listening to you and the things that you've talked about, I realized that, I can do this. So I ended up doing this. And then the next thing you know, the guy's got a job making $100,000 a year, or he's flipping properties, or he's doing stuff. And they're like, you're inspiring and this and that. And I'm thinking to myself, but here's what I think to myself. I'm not trying to be inspiring. I'm just trying to make a living.
Yeah.
Doing what I like to do.
But you're doing God's work.
See? Killing me. So, but I get that all the time.
Yeah.
And it bothers me. It bothers
Why?
because I don't
get it all the time.
feel like I'm trying to do anything.
Right.
I feel like I'm trying to make a living and just live a decent life.
Right. So. Well, I get it all the time. I got messages in my DMs from that last interview. People telling me how I impacted their life and how they like to hear my story. Like, keep on doing what I'm doing. My light shining. So. It helps me to keep going because sometimes I'll be like, I don't want to come on this interview, Matthew or Vlad. If it wasn't for Chris, Trapping Anonymous, I wouldn't have came on neither one of y'all podcasts.
Why did you call him? Did he say go?
I told him.
Oh, what'd he say?
And he was like, I said, guess who reached out to me? He was like, I was like, Vlad. He was like, I was like, and then I said, and then after he reached out, you reached out.
Right.
Like the next day, I was like, I'm just don't want to do podcasts no more because I'm just not. I get tired of telling my story. Like I'm just not that person no more. But he was just like, Bella, like, yo, he's like, you my testimony. He was like, because he said you came on my podcast. He said you went viral. You went back and published your book because I have been having this book since 2010.
You never did anything with it? Just sitting there.
Just sitting there. He's like, you published your book. He was like, you changed your life. Like, he's like, why not? I was like, I don't know. I'm just tired of telling my story, Chris. He was like, go on them. He's like, go on both of them. So I'm here. I was there, and now I'm here.
So you have the ability to have a platform that would reach millions of people that you could actually help, and you want to help.
I do.
But you won't do it. Oh,
you sound
damn.
You sound just like my
Because
publicist,
prior to this,
man.
we were talking about how I said she should start a podcast. I said, you're an attractive black woman who's sharp and articulate. Like that's a good recipe for a YouTube channel, right? For a podcast.
Yeah, you said that.
And I don't want to do. I got to do the head. I'm private. Do all that. So.
Oh my goodness.
So one
Matthew.
minute you're saying I want to help people, and the next minute you're saying you
do.
don't want to make the effort.
We're going to make
do
it
a
happen.
yeah.
We're going to make it happen.
I'm assuming you had to have gotten contacted by a producer, right?
For?
You said you had a movie coming out.
Oh, yeah. So who published my book, he wrote the script for me.
Okay.
So I'm going to do a series. It's not a movie. It's a
Okay.
series. You make more money with series.
I've heard that.
Yeah, you make more money. So it's going to be a series that's coming out.
I've had many, many meetings about series that have never happened. So
Why?
they just fall apart. Colby's been hearing about this for 4 years now. I mean, literally going to Los Angeles, meeting with people, you're
So my
amazing.
publishing company, he has Sex Mongoloid. You ever heard of Sex
No.
Mongoloid?
No.
Sex Mongoloid and Sugar Baby. You ain't never heard of Sugar Baby? It's on BET.
You're
he
not going to
did.
believe this. I don't watch as much BETV as you would think. I need to catch up.
You need to catch up.
Yeah, because when I was in prison, I was watching a little bit of BETV.
You need to catch up, Matthew.
I know. I feel
Yeah.
bad.
How'd you get your name Bella Barcode? Was that self-given?
So let me tell you.
Yeah.
So Bella means beautiful. Bella stands for beautiful. The barcode comes from you remember, so if you ever seen the Orange is Black, you remember our badges? You had the barcode on the bottom. So that's where the barcode comes from. They used to scan our badges whenever we go to commissary, whenever we go out the unit.
Yeah.
So that's how I came up with Bella Barcode. So that's where barcode come from.
Okay.
Our badges had this little scan on it, and every time we go out the unit, they'll scan our barcode. I'm like, it was so irritating, but yeah, that's how I came up with Bella Barcode.
If you had to total the total dollar amount over your entire criminal career, what would you suggest? Because it helps with a thumbnail.
About 2.3 million. Yeah, and I need these people to order this book,
Right.
to learn more about Bella Barcode.
Do you have it? You have an e version?
No, I don't have an e-version. I just have Kindle,
Do you have?
and I have it on my website.
Kindle's an e version.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
You have a soft copy.
Uh-huh.
Do you have the hard copy? Mm-hmm. And you have an e-version, a Kindle. Kindle is the
Kindle.
e-version.
Yeah.
If you have Kindle, they can order it on all the platforms.
Yeah, but no, I want them to go to my website and order at itsbellabarcode.com.
What about one more is Audible.
Audible.
Do you have
I've been getting a
Audible?
lot of people asking me.
Some people only buy Audible.
I'm thinking about it, and I'll be the voiceover. I'm gonna give the readers what they want. My supporters. I do. I like to give my supporters what they want. So, yeah.
And a series.
And a series coming out soon.
What's the series going to be called?
That
It's not
I
going to be.
don't-
It's not going to be recidivism.
No, that I don't. I can't drop that jewel now. You want me to drop all the jewels?
It's going to be the bling bling crew. Right? Did you ever see that? Did you ever see that?
Did you hear that?
What?
Good. Matthew didn't hear it.
Hey, you guys, I appreciate you watching. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you get notified of videos just like this. Also, please go into the description box so you can go to Bella's, all of her links to her social media. She's also got a website. You can go on there, click on there, go there, follow, subscribe, check out the website, buy a book. Thank you very much. See ya.